The Force of Others, a Star Wars podcast. Hello there, and welcome to The Force of Others. I'm Zachary Owen Turner.
I'm Matt Boitner, and we are back for our first proper episode in like 2 months. My crazy work season has passed, and now it's a normal work season, which is still crazy, but not as crazy. Not crazy enough to keep me from podcasting. But today, more than us, we are talking about all the news to come out of D23, and specifically, we're going to break down that Ahsoka Season 2 trailer frame by frame. And whether or not she's going to be a Jedi. But before we get into all that, Zach, we had a pretty major event 2 weekends ago now, or a week and a half ago now. Zach, our question for today, how was your Rebel Scum Con?
Yeah, just so good. We both put out thank you videos to everyone who came out. So if you want like the deep heartfelt, definitely go and check those out. But it felt like you were just hanging out with friends in the best way possible. Again, a huge shout out to everybody involved with Rebel Scum Con. All of the heads, Kentucky, Dante, Bobby, and the whole crew. Thank you so much for having us and for all of the opportunities we got. Because holy crap. I don't know about you, but I felt like we were like actual podcasters. Not that, sometimes the imposter syndrome comes in and you're like, well, we're 2 years in, but are we a podcast? Which we are. And it was really cool. And it felt awesome to just like be a part of a Star Wars community and get to meet so many amazing people, from other content creators to fans to, full-fledged celebrities. It was so cool. So many great panels. So many great costumes, so many great vendors, so much great art. Like, holy crap, what a weekend. I'm still like riding the high of that weekend. Like, what are we, 2 weeks later now? A week later?
A week and a half. Yeah.
But what about you? How was your Rebel Scum Con?
Well, to speak about the anti-imposter syndrome for a moment, I remember last year when we went up to the Barnes Prince Reality, shout out them, 3D printing booth vendor. Their guy, Tyler, was like, hey, I know your podcast. I listen to you guys. And I had this moment of, this was the first time I've encountered a listener in the wild. And I remember saying, it's like, we're a real podcast. And what a silly thing to say. But when you're only ever doing it into a screen, you never really know how many other people are listening outside of like my mom, your mom, my dad sometimes, Lance, Rocky, and Brian. And you can look at the analytics, and there are, of course, absolutely more people than that. But anywho, but then to speak to kind of the next level of that, what I've learned about myself, as Zach knows, last year, I had way too much imposter syndrome, social anxiety to talk to anybody, to reach up to do any kind of interview. So we just made our way through vendor booths because they were like, yeah, I'll sell my stuff, basically. But then this year, what I've learned about myself, just kind of getting the invite, being told, literally told by Dante, shout out, oh, no, you guys can ask any of the talent for interviews, any of them. I was like, let's go. And those interviews are starting to come out now. We got the one with Brendan Wayne and Lateef Crowder, which was a crazy experience. That was so much fun. That's up on our YouTube as we speak. And then Michael Stackpole comes out later this week. The Dean Charles Chapman interview comes out later today. Actually, I'm wrong. It's out now.
Yeah.
It's out now. Today, August 18th. Nice short little interview. There's others coming, but it was just such a fun experience. I mean, shout out Jimmy the Jedi, shout out Clan Brandalorian and the Boba Fett, and I don't want to, and Jedi Chat and Skywalking Through Neverland, Me Moby and Limitless Nerd and all these other people that I don't want to keep talking.
Meddlers and
Meddler. There you go, Meddler's Corner. And I know there's others that I'm even forgetting right now, but it was just the Resistance broadcast.
Yeah.
Getting to just casually,
we gotta throw that one up this week too.
That's coming. That's coming for sure. But anywho, so it was an amazing weekend. But and I can't say enough about it. And I too am riding the high, dude. Getting Vanessa Marshall to shout out our podcast.
Hey, what's up? This is Vanessa Marshall, the voice of Harrison Dula and also Rookcast. We're here at Rebel Scum Con, and you're listening to the Force of Others podcast. May the Force be with you always.
And more could come from that. And I'm just going to keep
Fingers crossed.
Speaking that into existence. I just don't want to say it on the show. But more things like that are coming. borderline lesson of the weekend, the lesson from my life, be respectfully shameless.
Yeah.
Be respectfully shameless. But Zach, normally this is where we say, how was your week and how was your Star Wars week? But really it's like, how was your Star Wars 2 months? How was your life months and your Star Wars months? Go.
Yeah, life months were good. Finished Improv 201 for UCB, so I'm now officially past intermediate, going into advanced. 301's around the corner eventually. I got a couple of cool classes coming up. As far as how Star Wars found me, other than, Rebel Scum Con, I was on Facebook Marketplace the other day, and somebody posted something for free, and I think these are the Black Series. Things are falling. Too many Star Wars stuff. Ahsoka lightsabers!
Cool!
They have the blades too, but yeah, I got
yeah, it's easier. That's cool.
Yeah. So, I was on that hype train even before it dropped, because I got these, I think, the day before.
Oh, man.
But yeah, and then the trailers, all the D23, it's like, wow, you finished one convention, and then I think Richard and Sarah went to D23 right after, like, holy crap.
Shout out Skywalking Through Neverland. They went to San Diego Comic-Con. The next weekend they were at Herbal Scum Con. The next weekend they were at D23. Now, granted, they live in LA, so 2 of those 3 are, like, very close to home.
Oh, it's still the amount of effort.
I messaged him. I was like, dude, that's crazy. He said, come on over. And I was like, brother, you joke, but if D23 is like this every year,
yeah,
my man, like, anyway.
And as far as nerd weeks go, I mean, we're not going to talk about probably it, but the X-Men news, all of the other Disney news, like, we're just eating good as, like, nerdy fans this week.
Great time to be a nerd.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so to steal it as to my life months, like I said, summer camp has come and gone. If you don't know, directed 3 shows at once in this month of July. Madagascar Jr. and Something Rotten Jr. with my students, and then Mary Poppins, and that is still playing right now for the next 2 weekends at the Granbury Opera House. Directing 3 shows at once is an incredible challenge that I will never do again. It is not going to ever happen again. My brain left and flew somewhere else for like 3 weeks, and it's now back. I had to catch it and pull it back into my head before Rebel Scum Con. It was one, and
it was stepping in time above your head, right?
To get into yes, to get into the Star Wars of it all, I was so tired at the end of every day, and I would have headaches and stuff, and I Zach, you pointed out, and Lance pointed out, and I eventually was. Oh, also shout out Lance. Basically every piece of our content that you see was filmed by Lance Christopher Candler, a resident cameraman, as far as I'm concerned. But y'all pointed out, you're like, well, I mean, you just had Tech Week for a massive show, and you get home at like 1 o'clock in the morning every day before, and went straight into this weekend. So anyway, but as for my Star Wars stuff, my Star Wars experiences, there's been so many. I do want to also shout out, we'll eventually talk about these things on the show, Spider-Man Brand New Day is an incredible movie.
Oh,
it gets
good.
better the more that I just think about it. I really liked The Odyssey. Christopher Nolan is a unique being. He's a unique filmmaker, and he is brilliant, and there are things about his style that I don't like, but his movies are always incredible experiences. Go see it on the biggest screen that you can, and
bring some earplugs, because that movie is loud.
Yeah. Well, and I'll whatever. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. I got a take about the Odyssey that I thought was really cool, but neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm.
But as for other like Star Wars news that we didn't even talk about, that's just come out recently, the fall of Kylo Ren.
Oh, I haven't even started it yet.
Issue
We've
1
been so busy.
is out. I haven't even started that. Yeah. We're both reading Star Wars Legacy right now, and I am loving it. That is a novel that we have needed for quite some time. The Ninth Jedi is out right now. We will probably talk about that next week with Fulcrum Noah. But, excuse me, that was a disgusting belch. The big one, that you and I are both Kevin Smith fans.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Smith is writing the Star Wars Marvel Comics crossover celebrating the 50th anniversary of Star Wars. Comes out early next year. Hope Assembles is what it's called. What a perfect writer for a ridiculous fanboy comic. I am here for that.
Yeah.
That's going to be so much fun. It was random, though. There was one of the covers is a lot of major Marvel villains and Greedo. And what is Greedo going to do up next to Thanos and Doctor Doom? McClunky. McClunky. But anywho, stick with the Disney of it all. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about D23! Woo-hoo! Every year, since Disney has bought Star Wars, at least in my memory, every year, Star Wars fans have been like, there's a lot of news coming to D23. There's a lot of news coming to D23. They're going to drop trailers. It's going to be a surprise, and it never happens. This year it happened. I don't know why it happened this year, but it happened. So, just to run it all down super quick, the New Hope re-release is officially the original version. Ryan Gosling's character is named Cade Oberon. Maul Shadowlord Season 2 comes out next year. And Ahsoka Season 2 premieres January 20th, and they dropped a trailer. But first, let's kind of talk about each of these things. This A New Hope re-release officially being the original version is a much bigger deal than people, at least online, are able to grasp. Are able to remember. Because if you don't know, going back to 1997 when the special edition came out, George Lucas essentially disavowed the original version of the original trilogy. The quote was, films are never completed, they are only abandoned. So if you watch Star Wars on Disney Plus or on any DVD release or any Blu-ray release, it is the newest version of the movie. We've known this was an early print of A New Hope that was coming out for the 50th anniversary, but for Dave Filoni to stand on stage and say that it is the original version, that's the first official time that Lucasfilm says that. I'm over the moon. Yeah. Zach, how do you feel about this?
Oh, I mean, it's just so cool because I don't know if I don't know if you and I have ever actually seen it. Right? Like, because even
the closest you or I
was the specials, right? Because like even the VCR tapes were edited.
So I had the VHS tapes pre-special edition because they re-released that in I think like 96, and it was like for the last time. It was a big flat black box with Vader on it, blue Star Wars writing, white the original trilogy, and then like it was a character's face on the cover with an image from the movie. Yes. And that was the original. So if you had that was the original version.
But I think even that might have been edited a bit, no?
A little bit. Yeah. So the thing about it was a little bit. Even going back to the 1981 re-release of A New Hope, that was when they added Episode 4, A New Hope. Before that, it was just Star Wars. Mm-hmm. And George always tinkered. There were always little sound changes. But I think this is a 1977 print.
Yeah, I think so too.
That movie.
And it might just say Star Wars, which will be wild. And I'm so excited about it. I'm curious to see, especially like revisiting that original print of it, like what, if the edits are warranted or if it's like, I hope that we don't go into this movie and be like, ooh, I kind of missed that special edition thing there, but it probably will happen in certain spots. But it's just so cool that this exists, especially with how much that they have tinkered with it over the years. And it's I can't believe that they're like doing it. I just can't believe it's happening,
Well, and to be dark about it for a brief moment, then we'll move on to more positivity. It's happening because George isn't involved in the company anymore.
Yeah.
And people will say, well, they're gonna make so much money, and they probably will. But fans have been asking for this for forever. Yeah. The only criticisms I've ever heard was not don't do the special editions. Was cool. Do all the tinkering you want. Can we also get a copy of the originals?
Yeah.
Just do both. Like, just please give us both things. But moving into the next story. So Ryan Gosling, they did some Starfighter stuff. Ryan Gosling's got a dope jacket, but the biggest thing for me, his name is Cade Oberon. Mm-hmm. It is very transparent to me that his look is Cade Skywalker from the Star Wars Legacy comics. The hair, everything. He looks exactly the same, and the rumor's been out for a bit that his name was Cade, and there was a brief moment in time that I was like, there ain't no way. Because they're not going to do Cade Skywalker. That wouldn't make any sense. This is only, like, how could that possibly happen unless Luke's got a kid that didn't come up? But Cade Oberon, I like that. And the quote from Gosling He's from the wrong side of the galaxy, and his fate is intertwined with the fastest starfighter ever built. Zach, how do you feel about all this?
Anytime anyone claims it's the fastest starfighter ever built, I'm like, all right, until when? I feel like that's something that we hear often. But that being said, I got to see the trailer breakdown, and the vibe of the movie is very cool. It is Flynn Gray. I don't know if we know what his character's name is yet. Kind of walking around, Kate Oberon's like ship area, and he's like, "What is this ship?" And he's like, "It's a decommissioned Black Ops, Empire ship, essentially." Because Cade was, I think, a former Imperial pilot or something like that.
Probably would have to be First Order.
Probably
right?
First Order, but either way, it's or he stole it. We don't know exactly, but he's got that really cool skull and crossbones jacket in the trailer as well. And then it's just like quick, starfighters, shooting off. But it was very short. It was a very, I think 30-second, maybe a minute clip. But instantly you're like, okay, cool. I'm here for this movie. We got, a cool starfighter, and we got a young kid. And you can just see the joy on his face of like, oh, it's a ship, And Gosling has his quippiness about him, which is good. It fits the Star Wars.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm curious. So everybody is debating, and I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are on what the X in the skull and crossbones is. Some people think it's a gun, some people think it's his ship, some people think it's an X-wing, some people think it's two guns. Do you have a take on that?
I thought I saw it. It's two guns.
Is that what you think? Or is it two ships?
It looks like two guns to me.
Yeah.
It just looks like two blasters sitting like this.
Yeah.
Unless
that would make sense.
I think that's also it looks like two guns. But I think that's also kind of the design, is that it's so graffitied and dirty that it could be an X-wing.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what Zach's talking about with the Starfighter trailer, they put a exclusive sizzle reel tease of teasers in the panel room, and it was an exclusive to the room. Zach sent it to me that night, and I was asleep. Mm-hmm. And by the time I woke up, it was gone.
Yep.
The mouse had struck and taken it down.
But you could still find the jacket. They did that in the panel. Yeah. Also, how have we never turned the Rebel symbol upside down and made it a skull and crossbones before? Great design.
Interesting. Very interesting. That's basically all Starfighter stuff. The shock for me coming out of this is Maul Shadowlord Season 2 is coming out next year.
Yeah, I thought we were going to wait 2 years at least.
Well, and that probably means that they were recording it this year, a while ago.
Yeah.
But it also wouldn't surprise me if it's December 2027. You know what I mean? Because for them to not attach a date to it, I would be shocked if it's August.
And let us not forget that they said Ahsoka Season 2 was going to be this year as well.
Oh, a while ago. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. They did. That
but then again,
change, I remember in May 25 when all of a sudden Natasha Luberdizo talked about how, we just started filming, and it's we're not getting this next year. We're getting this 2027. Now it's early 2027. Yeah. But okay. So do you got anything else to say about Shadowlord, or are we going to get into the Ahsoka of it all?
I'm ready.
Premieres January 20th. What a way to kick off the 50th anniversary of Star Wars with Ahsoka Season 2 with this trailer that looks absolutely incredible.
Tell me, Ahsoka.
So we got U-Wings right up top, too.
Yeah. Dead clone troopers. And who is this guy? Who is this man?
Is it Exar Kun?
No.
It's got the eyes like Exar Kun.
I'm always walking by your side.
Yeah.
Citizens of the glorious empire.
I gotta take about this.
Returned.
Gotta take about that for sure.
To protect the empire.
Ezra in an A-Wing suit is so interesting.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Those ships got me the most hype. Yeah. I have a take on that.
So
okay.
What did you see? More.
I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like Sabine's hair.
Well, she hasn't got her hair gel and her hair dye, all right? She's on a planet. Time has passed. Yes.
A long time ago, I walked away from the Jedi.
This is your trial, Ahsoka.
Ooh, I'm getting chills again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you a Jedi
General Hu Yang.
or not?
Yeah.
Talk about scale. The scale of the season I did not expect, and holy crap, we heard from some of the cast earlier this year that the scale was going to be bigger. I think at D23 as well they talked about the scale, but this trailer looks like we're just going straight into the Heir to the Empire War. Like, holy moly, I'm so hyped. And I'm wearing this the whole time because Will of the Force wore a really cool hat, and he said that he's Ahsoka, but I'm Ahsoka now.
That's a weird flex.
No, I'm just messing.
Yeah.
Just messing.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm so, my biggest takeaway is that this looks like, a lot of people are saying it looks like a movie. I don't think it looks like a movie necessarily, but this is remarkably better looking than Ahsoka Season 1, just in the cinematography.
Yeah.
Right? Ahsoka Season 1 was great, but you could tell that they were putting it together on a pretty small budget, I think, overall. But this is proper Star Wars.
Yeah.
And from the jump, this might be the last Star Wars live-action TV show for the foreseeable future.
They haven't announced anything, so
they haven't. They did all the announcements were for Marvel as well. All of the announcements were either for movies or for animated shows.
Yeah.
I think they're pivoting away from live action. I'm curious what that means for the Mandoverse, but let's get into what we're talking about. So yeah, U-Wings from the jump.
Which I'm here for the inclusion of U-Wings in absolutely everything. I know they're a retroactive edition from Rogue One, but I love them as a ship, and I would guess that one of these is Zeb's because we saw it in Mando.
Good pull.
Yeah.
Well, and my guess is it looks like they're on Dathomir. Maybe. What's that ship over on the other side?
Because Thrawn's setting up shop in Dathomir.
Oh, this is another U-Wing. Yeah. And now we're looking at a fight.
Flashback. Oh no, this isn't a Clone Wars
this is
flashback.
On Dathomir.
Yeah.
Those are night troopers. That's what they're called, right?
Night troopers, and there was a night sister in the corner too.
Yeah. And we're getting live action energy bows, and it looks like
Graves.
Walking towards them in the foreground are New Republic troopers.
And I would imagine, I think these are all graves of Nightsisters as well. And I bet they pop back up.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, and wouldn't that be a great fight if the Republic is pushing them back, and then all of a sudden out of all the graves come zombies? Bro, I hope. Do you think that all those coffins at the end of Ahsoka Season 1 are those Nightsister bodies?
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know what else that would be, or if they're even coffins, just a bunch of crates, but my guess would be zombies. And now we get a Clone Wars flashback, and it is baby Ahsoka walking through a field of dead clone troopers.
Yep.
I only noticed the one before, but there were several there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, see, my mouse is freaking
and this,
out.
I'm so hyped for.
Zach.
Yeah.
Who do you think this guy is?
Well,
this new Jedi with a saber going between the staff, which we've never seen before. Who do you think this is?
First of all, it's played by Andy Lister. I looked. He popped up on saying thank you to Dave Filoni on my socials. Who has been in like everything. He's another one of those stuntmans that are just in everything. He was Taskmaster. He's Captain America half the time. Like dude is like bona fide, stunt guy. So we know who he's played by. Some people are thinking it's Exar Kun because of the eye paint. I don't
Looks
think
just like him.
He does.
Yeah.
It is at least a reference, I think, but I think it's just a rogue Jedi, very much like who was the other Dexter not with the
Ponkrell.
Ponkrell. Yep.
Yeah.
So I think it might be something like that, but this lightsaber has me so excited because what it is it's a way to do a lightsaber as a quarterstaff in a way that is not a two-handed lightsaber, because they have that energy in between. Because when you fight with the quarterstaff, your hand goes up and down the staff the whole time, and you're switching grips. So this is a genius idea. I love it. I want one automatically right now. Give it to me. Because I love fighting with quarterstaff, and I think this is just so freaking cool. What do you think?
That is cool. I love it. I think tying. So, shout out. I did not come up with this. Clan Brandalorian said this, and I saw it on I don't know, either his Instagram or his YouTube, like right after the trailer dropped. He's got a theory that I think would be amazing. He thinks this is Marok before Marok turns into an Inquisitor.
That's a great idea.
I think that's perfection.
But it's not the same stunt actor.
Well, but, but my prediction would be that this is just another Pong Krell type.
Yeah.
But how cool would it be if it was Marok, right?
We get a third actor for Marok. I love it.
Yeah, I think that would be incredible. I think that would be so cool. And I think it would make sense for him to be this random Inquisitor that's introduced in Ahsoka Season 1 that we've never seen before, for him to then, you get his Jedi origin here. I think, one way or another, whether this is Marok or a Pong Krell type.
Yeah.
That, falls to the dark side, kills his clone troopers, and Ahsoka and Anakin have a fight with. I think he's going to tie directly into Ahsoka's fears about the Jedi, because Anakin's whole thing is you've got to finally decide, are you a Jedi or not? But
so
my money.
One more question about this guy. Do you think the reason he kills the clone troopers is because their chips activate early?
The only reason that I would say no, he does not look centered and focused here. He looks very dark-sidey and angry.
Yeah.
And I don't think that Anakin and Ahsoka would be fighting him if he was defending himself.
True.
You know what I mean? They could do that mislead, but I think it's probably just this is a Jedi that lost his way.
Yeah.
But either way, he looks incredible.
Oh, yeah.
And I love him already. And it was my favorite. It's probably my favorite part of the trailer because it was just like, wait, who is that? So cool.
Yeah.
And my hope is that you gotta love Hayden. Let's just talk about how weird it is for a moment. Again. So we talked about how we were the original trilogy VHS generation.
Yeah.
The joy that people give when Hayden shows up on screen is so cool, and probably the most unexpected thing I've ever experienced in fandom.
Yeah.
The way that this man got dragged exclusively for basically 2 decades. And I'm not saying that people were correct in doing that, but the way that it has flipped, completely 180'd, is wild.
Yeah.
It is crazy to me. It's awesome. And I'm so happy for him. Can confirm he's a nice guy, but it is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a random sidebar.
He looks so good.
Yep. He is ageless, for sure. And they're doing and he's the king of lightsaber choreography.
Yeah.
My screen keeps pausing. But, oh no, it didn't. It's just we go to black for a while. So you get close up on Ahsoka. Now, when he says, I'm always walking by your side, so my guess would be this is the first time they're talking since they talked in season 1.
I think so.
And she's like, I didn't think you were still there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always here.
Which makes me wonder, is he always with Luke too? Or is he just like, my kid's got it?
So that's interesting, right? Because then when you tie into The Last Jedi, Luke doesn't talk to Anakin at his lowest moments. He talks to Yoda.
Yeah.
Now, you could go into,
Master Apprentice.
I just talked about Master Apprentice, and that Luke has a closer connection to Yoda in terms of his relationship with the Jedi. I also think in real world, it goes into kind of what I was talking about earlier, the way the world has flipped on Hayden Christensen. I would bet Disney, Lucasfilm, Rian Johnson were wary / not particularly interested in handing a scene with that much dramatic weight to Hayden. You know, which you could say is the incorrect choice, but there's so little references to the prequels in the sequels.
Yeah.
Anyway, but do you think that Anakin should be reaching out to Luke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wanted to say sorry.
Yeah.
Just to apologize at least, you know.
I'm sorry I tried to kill all of your friends for 3 years. Thanks for believing in me.
But it also makes me, I mean, I think at the same time, kind of what I get on Force Visions is somebody's got to make the call. You also got to pick up the phone. And that comes from kind of what you talked about, how close they are to that person. And at the end of the day, Luke is definitely close to his dad, but he wasn't trained by him.
Yeah.
He was trained by Ben and Yoda.
And arguably, Ahsoka is closer to Anakin than Luke is.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. He was trained by him. Gotta love the red Lucasfilm logo. What did you have?
No, just I was going to point that out too. It's a red logo, which they often use for more serious, dark-sidey stuff. So is that a tone for the season, you know?
To bounce off that, I hope. My hope of hopes, and we're not even 20 seconds into this trailer. My hope of hopes is that this is their Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
And the Return of the Jedi is yet to come.
Yeah.
That would be my hope. I don't want this to be a 2 seasons and done experience. That's really all I have on that. So I hope this is Empire, and that would be amazing. But okay, so Thrawn, Citizens of the Glorious Empire, I have returned. And he looks great.
He does. He looked great in the first season, too, though.
I do think he looks better here.
Better here, though, yes.
Yeah. But again, I think that also just comes from more time, more budget.
Yeah.
You know, Citizens of the Glorious Empire, I have returned, and we're looking at him on the bridge of, I forget the name of that ship, but it looks, I'm guessing it's the one he was in, he was on Peridia with.
Well, it's
and
Thrawn's
he's looking
ship, right?
at, yes. Oh, goodness.
It's not
the Chimera. The Chimera.
Yes.
I got it. And he's looking at 3 other Star Destroyers, and then it looks like a small frigate. I'm guessing, again, in the mists of Dathomir.
Yep.
Which it makes sense that Dathomir is a planet we can spend time on in a show that is filmed in the volume, because really all you need some mist, and you can kind of cover up the environment, and it can look creepy.
Yeah.
So, cool. But he's standing there, Citizens of the Glorious Empire, I have returned. I took an oath to protect the Empire. I therefore declare war on the Rebel Alliance.
And just to pause on this, because we got the Isilamari in the background, nice little reference. And then I don't know what those ones are on the left, but I'm curious what art
I've seen.
I think that's Kanan's helmet. In the middle there, maybe.
Oh gosh. Oh, in the middle, it's like a tablet that's like connected.
Yeah,
it's
but
like
in
a
front of that
thing.
In front of that, I think
can't
it's
tell.
either the Grand Inquisitor or it's one of those Jedi guard helmets. Maybe.
You're talking about on the side?
Right in front of the big circle where the crack is. In that tablet, right in front of that. On the left side of the screen.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Oh, I see what you're talking about, but I don't know. And then we got a black-armored, red-eyed protocol droid that I'll bet you $10,000 is not 000.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got the Issa Lamiri statues over his left shoulder as Thrawn's sitting on his throne here. And, you know, Issa Lamiri are probably not going to be canon, as much as it pains me to say. They should be. I've given my take about how Ezra Bridger could make them make sense with the Force.
Yeah.
But I don't think they will. But I like the reference. And I like this room that he's kicking it in.
Very
This
cool.
is straight out of Heir to the Empire.
Yeah.
That he has a chamber that he kicks it in. But to this whole speech that he gives, Citizens of the Empire, I took an oath to serve the Empire. I therefore declare war on the Rebel Alliance.
I think he says on the New Republic, but yeah.
On the
he
Rebel
does.
Alliance. Yes. Because that's straight out of the Heir to the Empire books.
Oh, on the Rebel Alliance.
Alliance.
Yeah.
that is straight out of Heir to the Empire. Obviously, Abraham Lincoln isn't a villain, but he would call the Confederacy the states in rebellion. Same vibe here. Thrawn does not legitimize the New Republic. He calls it the Rebel Alliance. But more than that, everybody that loves the canon Thrawn books is talking about how he's not really coming back to serve the Empire. He's actually a good guy. No, this is villain Thrawn.
Yeah.
This is Thrawn saying from the jump, I took an oath to serve the Empire. I declare war on the Rebel Alliance.
Yeah, no more of this.
This is Thrawn from the Heir to the Empire books.
No more of these books that he's an anti-hero back and forth, you know.
Well, it's just, a space Nazi is a space Nazi.
Yeah.
You can say... I should say... Well, anyway, you can say that he's not that bad. He threw in his lot with a genocidal maniac that, laid waste to the ruling government. And anyway, whatever. A bad guy is a bad guy is a bad guy. If it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck,
Let our
it's
bad
probably a
guys
Nazi.
be bad guys, you know?
Yes. And, that'll get into a whole thing. I'm not trying to trash Timothy Zahn, but I like that Thrawn is a tactitious villain.
Yeah.
I just like that. I think that's more interesting than, well, actually, he's waging a war to protect people in another galaxy. Or in another part of our galaxy that's separate.
Yep.
Anywho. But, a shot before that I jumped over, you saw Thrawn's face projected on the New Republic bridge.
Yeah.
And now we're looking at Hera, looking at, I'm guessing, those same Star Destroyers
Coming
through some type of hyperspace thing. But next to her is Senator Xiono. Very, very happy to see him back. We got some other New Republic crew. And then in the back, we got a Mon Calamarian, but it's not Akbar.
No.
Akbar suspiciously absent from this trailer. But, yeah. I love the look of the New Republic, everything.
Maybe he's
It
in
all
court like
looks
in the
great.
books.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Maybe Senator Xiono. Well, they could do that. They have, Filoni said somewhere that, like, a lot of this, or part of this season is going to be Akbar versus Thrawn naval warfare.
Yeah.
So, but maybe they got to get him out of court. To just like the Heir to the Empire books, and instead of Borsk Phalia, it's Senator Xiono. Seeing a bunch of TIEs fly out of an Imperial hangar.
Yep.
A bunch of TIEs fly out.
And
then we get those docking ships.
So hard.
I don't think they're going to be mole miners like from the books because we've seen a version of this in Clone Wars. Right? The ships that like saw through New Republic vessels. They could be.
And then we get Lando.
And then we get Nomad City.
Somebody took my mole miners.
They took my mole miners and then put them with their ships. All right, we'll stop. And we get live action Nightsisters and live action Nightsister energy pose.
Yep.
So cool.
And then I think this next shot is another reference to the books as well. If this
here,
I think
where she said she is on fire.
Yes,
Nightsister and screaming.
But if I remember correctly, I might be misremembering my books or whatever. Wasn't there like I think she's turning herself into a bomb here to explode. Is my theory. Because if I remember correctly, there's maybe it's the wrong book, but there
I don't think there's a kamikaze element
No?
in Heir to the Empire. I could be wrong.
It might be another book, but anyways, I think that's what's happening here. I think she's blowing herself up with Nightsister magic.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an amazing theory, and that could be really cool. I think it says she got shot and she's blowing up because she's a reanimated zombie. But that would also. Yeah, sure. But sidebar, how do you feel about replacing the Nogri with Nightsisters?
I love it.
There it is.
I mean, we got a Nogri already. I think it would be really cool if they do show up because guess what? You wouldn't have to see them in the trailer.
Yeah.
Because they're not always easy to see. But we did get Rook already in Rebels.
We got Rook in Rebels, it's true. And if you don't know what we're talking about, Nogri are Thrawn's Death Commando assassin, like cat assassins in the Heir to the Empire books. This whole Ahsoka Season 2 thing is very much pulling from Heir to the Empire a lot. I also like that we're kind of replacing them with Nightsisters. While I love the Nogri, and I think they're so cool in that book, I think it's a lot harder to make visually interesting and like viable, believable in live action when at the end of the day, they're cat dudes that move very quickly.
Yeah.
As opposed to space witches casting spells and stuff. That's awesome.
I'm always here for space witches,
So we got what looks like an escape pod headed to Dathomir, is my guess.
Yeah, that's got to be with the lightning on the planet.
And then we got some witches doing witchy things surrounded by night troopers, and that's Enoch.
Yeah.
Yeah. With a blade that gets covered in flame in a little bit. We got Ahsoka meditating somewhere, talking about how she had a vision.
Yeah.
Who knows what she saw? We got Sabine with some long hair, and it's pink now. And
I think
while
it's
she
just
may not
blonde,
have,
or like the dye has come out,
It could be. But while you said she doesn't have her hair gel stuff, she does have knives and could cut her hair short. But neither here nor there. And here we go. We get B-Wings flying up against a Star Destroyer using their super special B-Wing blockade buster gun.
Which is
that
so cool.
Was always intended to happen, and they couldn't really make work. And it looks like this is the Chimera still attached to the hyperspace ring.
Yeah.
So I wonder where they're trying to jump to. Is part of this they're trying to stop Thrawn from escaping?
Maybe.
I wonder if... I just had a bad prediction that I don't want to take place. I wonder if the end of this season is they're starting to lose, and so Thrawn is queuing up the hyper ring to take the ship to the First Order.
Oh.
To regroup and mass up, and he doesn't kind of like squat up, and he doesn't make it and dies. And that's the end of this story. I really hope that's not the case.
Yeah.
Anyway, B-Wings look great.
I wonder if we'll see the Shadow Council in this season.
I hope we
get
see
some Johnny Coin back in,
Yeah, like break Johnny Coin out of prison, get Captain Paleon back in here, get a bunch of those other guys all assembling under Thrawn. Let's talk about how many ships are in this shot.
Oh my gosh.
This is great.
Yeah.
We got Mon Cala ships, we got blockade runners, we got whatever the
light
smaller
cruisers.
Gazanti class light cruisers. We got everything, and I am here for it. Not Ahsoka. Sabine's hair is pink. That is pink hair. It's pink and white. And I'm trying to remember what her color. Her hair color was like normal
in
last year,
in
right?
The last season of Rebels.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But either way, they are walking up on their wolf friends because it's a Filoni show. Walking up on some rocks that have some Mortisy world between worldsy iconography.
Yep.
And then they're opening very like biblical imagery, the stone rolled away. Now we get this thing on a snow planet. I don't know if this is the same place.
The same planet.
It could very well be. It could be. And then we get our first shot of Balin.
Yep.
What I know
is
it
very
is
hard to see who it is.
Yeah, but it's Rory McCann for sure. But I know this is Dave making good on a doodle that he dropped after Rebels ended, which was Ahsoka with the staff with the circle on it. It was like, I guess through a looking glass or something. Ahsoka and Sabine traveling with that through a very snowy environment. And at the time, I think that was the idea that he had. They were looking for Ezra. Obviously, that has shifted and changed, but these ideas, I just think it's fun that we're getting there. But either way, we get Rory McCann in the Balin look, and I'm wondering if they're going to do something where, as Balin journeyed through Mortis or wherever he did, I wonder if they're going to say he changed. It changed him.
Maybe.
Physically and spiritually, and that's how they'll kind of wink at the recast. And Anakin talking about how Balin claimed to have knowledge of a power. We get our first look at Shin Hati. We're back to Anakin. Shin Hati, not Hati. But
I was going to let you just glaze by it, but...
Yeah, it is what it is. We got that orange saber looking great. And Shin not looking... We can assume she's looking at Balin, and she does not look... She looks scared.
Yeah.
I wonder if Balin's going to go, we keep referencing Heir to the Empire. Sorry, everybody that hasn't read it if you haven't. But I wonder if now with Balin, he's got the long beard, is he going to go full Joris Sabayoth?
Ooh,
that he was very level, he was very centered, he was quiet, and now that he's been in his journey through the Force, did he go crazy?
Yeah.
Is it too much power for him to understand? We got Ahsoka and Sabine. So,
is this a ship? Or is it a...
They're in this... Is it a what?
Is it a ship or is it an entrance to the world between worlds?
So, Ahsoka and Sabine are in a chamber with lights everywhere. I got a crazy thought. Thems look like eyeballs.
They do look like
behind
eyeballs.
them. Are they in a giant mech kaiju machine thing?
They could be inside the father pointing.
They could be inside the father. That would be cool. I remember I think it was Celebration last year, one of the concept art things that they showed was kaiju.
Oh, really?
And Dave talked about how this season is going to be split between, like, naval military and weird. And so I wonder if we're going to see Ahsoka and Sabine piloting a giant mech against giant force monsters.
Maybe. That would be
that
interesting.
Sounds crazy to me and kind of dumb, but hey, I'm down. I'm down for pulpy, weird Star Wars. Or it could just be a ship.
Could be.
It looks like we got rings above and below them, and that's definitely World Between Worlds-y
on the ground, yeah.
On the ground. We get another ship. We got E-Wings flying through the New Republic. We got a Hammerhead Corvette down on the bottom left-hand corner. We got Chopper doing choppy things. We got, I believe, the next shot. Oh, it jumped over.
That's it.
Ezra and...
oh, yeah,
there we go. Ezra and Zeb reunited. Amazing.
So good.
And then we get Ezra back in an A-Wing, which he did fly in Rebels. And so I love that, he's not flying an X-Wing, he's flying an A-Wing.
Yeah.
That's what he knows. And Iman Esfandi looking great in the role. So excited. And an E-Wing and an A-Wing flying side by side. My hope. That's his boy Zeb flying the E-Wing.
Oh, I hope so.
And they're each other. I'm your wingman, Maverick. Flying into battle. I will cry. I won't cry. I will cheer. Okay. Ahsoka says a long time ago I walked away from the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get a shot of Anakin looking not well.
Yeah.
In this fight with this guy on the ground. His lightsaber's off. He looks messed up.
Yeah.
What did you have?
Oh, some blood, I think, on the side of his face,
Yeah. And Ahsoka looking triumphant.
And so good.
Back to Dathomir with all the gnarled kind of tree roots coming up out of the mist, and we're seeing lots of blaster fire and purple energy bolts.
Yeah.
And we get Ezra leading New Republic troopers on the surface of Dathomir.
With his lightsaber by his side.
What? And then Anakin, this is your trial. As she's never taken the Jedi trial. And what on earth are we looking at here?
That's her and Sabine with the two wargs. Gearing up against some foe.
And so she's got their lightsaber out, and we got these, like, spiky
These are also from
monsters.
concept art as well. That Filoni posted one time. I don't know what they are, but they are cool looking.
And we got one in the foreground here on the lower, something in the lower right-hand corner, looking like Gollum.
Yeah.
Which, again, Filoni's a Lord of the Rings guy. That'll make you happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're on the surface of Peridia, we assume, surrounded by these spiky, long-armed monsters. They look like the monsters from A Quiet Place.
Mm.
Maybe they activate their lightsaber and they're like, stop it, they can hear you. Sorry. And then we get Ezra having a duel with Enoch. I'm wondering, this blade that Enoch has, glowing green flame blade, is that the same one that Morgan Elsbeth had in season 1? Or is it a different Nightsisters sword?
It's left behind.
Yeah, I couldn't, Oh, yeah, because she fought Ahsoka to give them time.
Yeah.
So it's probably just a different Nightsisters sword. You're right.
I think it's probably
Anakin
the blade
says-
we saw him with, just longer.
So let's talk about this for a moment. Hu Yang doing his best General Grievous impression.
Yep.
I gotta take. Zach, what do you have out of this?
I think it's so fun. He was the guy who trained you how to make lightsabers, so of course he knows how to use them. You know?
Yeah, so we got Hu Yang using 4 lightsabers at once. He has dropped 2 additional arms out of his shoulders. And he's getting ready to fight Shin. We're not on that shot yet. So to me, that tells me, because we know Hu Yang is like thousands upon thousands of years old.
Yeah.
And we know that Dooku would have encountered Hu Yang, because that's how you get your lightsaber. So I wonder if, as he was augmenting and quote-unquote training Grievous, I wonder if he gave him... Grievous is just doing a Hu Yang impression, dude.
Yeah.
Hu Yang was the original.
That's a good take.
But also, as much as I love me some Hu Yang, if he's fighting Shin, and then the Raiders are in the background.
Yep.
That we see her leading at the end of season 1, I don't think Hu Yang makes it out of this fight.
I think he might.
We don't see him again in the trailer.
Yeah.
But and I didn't notice. It looks like the Raiders attacked the little the turtle
the guys.
dudes.
No.
I forget what they're called right now, but the turtle dudes that Ezra's kicking it with
Yeah.
in season 1.
Sad.
That sucks. They better all live. But yeah, that duel begins with Shin, and then we get another shot of Ahsoka and Sabine. Anakin says, might be time for you to decide. Are you a Jedi? Or no, we get another shot of
Ezra
and Enoch looking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Sabine
fighting
flamethrowering towards something.
that I think is that same creature that we saw before.
Well, it doesn't have the spikes. This looks like a big droid.
But it has the same arm shoulder thing, I think. We'll see.
As the ones that were moving in on them when they were out in the...
Yep.
But they all had spikes coming out of their shoulders, and this doesn't have that.
I'm just saying, it looks a similar construction.
Sure. Oh, yeah. But, this poor droid is getting obliterated by this fire. Oh, I didn't notice that.
A red X-Wing. Or TIE Fighter.
The TIE Fighters have red markings on their wings. I don't know what that's called. That's crazy. Well,
It
also
might have just been
new toy.
light flare.
Oh, really? I'm gonna go back.
Because it went kind of back to black.
Oh, you're right. It was light. Well done. Oh, it's just that he's about to get blown up. Well, what a wild freeze frame that was.
Yeah.
And
That's a bunch of
that's
New
the
Republic
ghost.
ships just being destroyed.
Wrecked.
Yeah.
And that's the ghost.
Yeah.
Flying through. Piloted by Hera, I'm sure. Are you a Jedi or not? And I gotta go back. What was that?
I think that was the...
Fascinating audio.
Yep.
What were you saying?
That's that's his chimera again in the...
Yeah.
But that's the ghost going at it.
That's the ghost going at it. It still has the hyper ring attached. Man.
And that's Dathomir in the background.
And that's, so the final battle looks like we're going to get a ground and air battle.
Yeah.
Above Dathomir. Man. I am here for that. And the ghost
Wouldn't it be
making some
wild
kind
if
of
that
strafing
battle's
run.
the first episode? Or towards the beginning of the season?
Well, I mean, I
'Cause
guess
it
it
still
could
has
be.
the ring.
I guess, yeah, it could be, this could be the beginning.
Yeah.
But I don't know, for him to declare war,
That's true.
I feel like that's going to be one of the first events, you know? But also, you could be onto something. Oh, and B-Wings are following Hera. So I wonder if we saw the end of this maneuver first.
Well, it makes sense.
Of the B-Wings attacking.
Hera brought in the B-Wings to the Rebel Alliance in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. Well done. And then the E-Wing getting chased by 2 TIEs with
Or chasing 2 TIEs.
chasing 2 TIEs, you were right.
Yeah.
And them chasing B-Wing. So now we get... So I think these
You're right.
droids are different than the creatures.
You're right.
Because now we get Ahsoka and Sabine having a duel with these droids. I think these are guardians
In that
of
eyeball
that
thing.
in that
Yeah.
eyeball space. Interesting. Yeah. Because then you get that shot of Sabine sliding and attacking one. Star Wars Ahsoka Season 2, Over the Surface of Dathomir on Disney+. Dude, what a great trailer.
Yeah.
What an absolutely great trailer. I'm hyped. January 20th can't get here fast enough. So it's 6 months from now.
Crazy.
Basically. We'll be watching Ahsoka Season 2. Can't wait. And it comes out on Wednesdays.
Yeah, so did Andor.
Which... It did?
I think so.
Right on. Well, we'll have to do some creative scheduling because I would love to get our reviews out quickly. But anyway, man, Zach, any other takeaways from that trailer?
I'm just so hyped. I don't know if you've seen my reaction video. When this dropped, it dropped, I think, like 1 a.m. for me. I was getting back from work, and I literally was like on the side of the street, just like, ah! Because I can't believe this is the season we're getting. I didn't expect so much. I mean, they set up a lot of it, but I didn't expect so much like ship battles and space battles, and I didn't expect it to move so quickly, it seems. I'm so excited. I'm excited to get more witchy zombie, stuff. I'm excited to see if Enoch is alive or not, because I think we might see that. But yeah, I mean, the Rebels crew is back together. It's crazy.
Yeah. The Rebels crew is back together, and it is crazy. I am excited to see Ezra meet... Bro, Ezra's gonna meet Jason.
Oh. Jason.
That's happening.
Jason Syndulla, not in this trailer.
Yeah, put it this way, that better happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, more than likely, they'll save that for the end of the trailer. Or the end of the season,
Either that or the very beginning.
Or the very beginning, yeah, but how great would that be? And then you're going to get Ezra training Jason. So my biggest hope...
Or just Ezra getting down on a knee and be like, I was really good friends with your father.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that scene better... Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. That's going to be incredible. But my biggest hope of hopes is that this is not the end of this story.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I don't want it to end on a cliffhanger like season 1 did, and then we went months before any confirmation that there was going to be more.
Yeah.
My hope of hopes would be it's great. It is their Empire Strikes Back, and then we go to Celebration, and they announce that Season 2 is in production. Season 3 is in production. Or that it's a movie.
Yeah. I think that's more likely. And just call it Heir to the Empire.
Because, exactly. My biggest thing would be, so if Thrawn is declaring war on the New Republic, and it looks like a war is breaking out, where are Han, Luke, and Leia? And that gets spicy. Because then you got to get into the AI face stuff and whatever else and blah, blah, blah. And it brings in that whole conversation. But I don't care, recast or not, to not have Han, Luke, and Leia appear in this story if it is the New Republic going to war would be crazy to me.
But what if it's a movie and it is Han, Luke, and Leia?
And Ezra and Hera.
All of the money.
And Din and Grogu.
All of the money.
And then you'll get, and right now you will hear everybody saying, this should have been episode 7. Why wasn't this episode 7? Anyway. But yeah, that's what you do. Because
they were old.
But that's what you do.
Yeah.
You put it all together in a big giant movie.
Yeah.
And that'd make more than Star Wars Episode 10 ever would.
Yeah. And you can bring Alden Ehrenreich back. You could, and then just recast Luke and Leia.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to, CGI their faces the entire time. That's just not going to work.
Yeah. Well, but the problem is, if it was a movie, I would think that, Din and Ahsoka and Ezra and Hera and Sabine would need to be the leads because this is their story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could have the big three show up and be part of it, right? They would need to show up and be part of it. Lando, too, as far as I'm concerned. And Chewie! Get our boy Chewie in there! But
can you imagine?
I mean,
they're doing an attack on the Chimera. And they're shooting all that, and this ship goes down. It's just the Ghost, and they're like, we're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. Millennium Falcon comes in. Go ahead and blow this thing, and let's all go home. Literally. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. No, don't even get me started. But I don't want this to be 2 seasons and done.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be done.
I don't think they can. They could.
But they totally could.
I don't think they should.
They could. I don't think they should either. I think you can keep this going for a bit. Anyway, that's all of our takes on the trailer.
Yeah.
And all of our takes on D23.
No Abeloth either. Sorry, just one more thing.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing about the light, except for Balin claims to know a power. That's the only mention.
Well, and so, okay. Well, the way these trailers usually work, they usually only show stuff from like the first couple episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But really at the same time, this is everything that we knew was going to be in the season.
Right. Because
Filoni said it last year. There's going to be a big naval battle, and there's going to be weird stuff, and there's going to be lots of fighting stuff. And Imad Esfandi has talked about how there's lots of saber battling and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I would wager they're going to hold off on Abeloth if she's in this. They're going to hold off on that.
Yeah.
At most, we'll get one more trailer.
Yeah.
Maybe in like December.
Yeah.
But hey, man, we got a great Star Wars year next year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited. We have had a great Star Wars year this year, and we're not done. We got a great comic that just started that I haven't read, but I know it's great because Charles Soule wrote it. Zach, how can people get involved with what they just watched or listened to?
Yeah, if you want to send us your takes or questions or anything for us to interact with, we're going to do an improv thing again. If you want to send us prompts, whatever. If you want to get involved with us, email us forceofothersradio@gmail.com or, comment on the video, comment on our short, send us a message on Instagram. We're looking at all of the things. But we are not the Force of Others. You are. We want to hear from you and what you want. So that's the best way to get involved.
Right on. We so this will come out hopefully today on August 18th, Friday. I got an interview with Fulcrum Noah coming out. Been sitting on that for a long time, and I'm ready to just get it out. And then hopefully, also there's a whole Star Wars anime series that has come out that we didn't even talk about that we're gonna review next week. I was gonna start watching it last night, and other stuff came up because life is crazy right now.
It's good.
But our cup runneth over. Have you watched all of it?
I've watched half of it, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So
cool.
Yeah.
I've been open about this. Anime is not necessarily my first choice. It's just not a style that I've ever really vibed with, but I am excited to try new stuff.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Cool.
Ninth Jedi review will be out in probably a week from Friday. But that being said, we hosted a panel. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
More of that to come as far as I'm concerned. I didn't thank you to Rebel Scum Con for all those opportunities. You guys rock.
Yeah.
And all that being said, remember, we are not the Force of Others. You are.
And the Force
of Others will be... Sorry.
I didn't know if it was a long pause, so I didn't know if I was supposed to...
It was a long pause. Let me make it clean. We are not the Force of Others. You are. And the Force of Others will be with you...
always.
The Force of Others.
Yeah.
A Star Wars podcast.